you talk to him about that, you want me to, publicly apologize or whatever, but you never see him do that. Like, I want you to do it, but at least give him that apology. Give him that from now on.
Okay. You want to sign it?
Okay.
To apologize for my actions because I did not have no reason to shoot Buddy. I was in a bad situation. I knew the police would shoot me if I didn't stop running, so I shot first. They didn't know him, but the police killed my brother.
That's why I stopped there. I just give that first, then maybe we want to talk to him as well. I can tell him about that.
Okay.
I just want to give him a little introduction and
Okay. So you want me to give him both or just give him this one?
Yes, give him that one.
Okay. All right, perfect. I will give him this one. The one that you signed?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And Jamie, I'd love to keep talking with you and tell you some of the information that I know that I think you would like to hear. But like you said, you're tired and I can't make you talk. If you'd like to hear what I have to say, we'll go through that form and I'll tell you. If you don't want to, that's perfectly fine. There's no hard feelings. I'm not going to make you do anything. That's the most important thing. This is a conversation. It's not just me talking or just you talking. But in order for both of us to ask questions and answer questions, we'll need to get through that form. And if you don't feel like doing that tonight, that is your right, and I respect that.
I'll just give you something I need to wear. Okay. Go down. See, this is what a professional that work with. You got close all your eyes, dot all your teeth.
I'm prepared to do that.
You do. And I just hate you don't go.
You don't worry about me. You don't worry about Trent. We're fine, okay? You don't worry about us, okay? We're here right now for this very reason. And right now we got 4 walls and 2 of us and you. And we're here to find out your side of the story and the facts.
Yeah, y'all get what to do by the law. We just do a professional. Like you said, when you go through it like that, we got to be professional about it.
I'm completely professional. I will never do anything underhanded, illegal, immoral, unethical. You have my word on that.
I believe so. Yeah, I'm just.
That's the way I play, and that's never going to change. But.
I got to be fair with you.
Yeah. Do you want us to come back and talk to you in the morning? Can we do that, or what do you want? How do you want to work it? Get you something to eat, get a good night's rest.
Let me get a good rest. I want talk to him tomorrow. If we're good,
Okay.
Let me get ready.
Okay.
Personally, because when I go in like which I studied law, so I got to give you everything 100.
Tell you.
You see what I'm saying? I can't 80 to 90%. I got to give you everything 100.
I'll take anything you got, buddy. 100% would be the absolute best, and I'd prefer that.
That's all I'm
Okay.
That's all
I agree, but
that's all I'm going, bro. I told you, hey, give me 2 minutes, I'll call you back, whatever.
Right.
So I ain't hard to deal with, man. I'm a summer dude.
I've been called that before too, to be honest with you.
I'm just some dude. I ain't hard to do the wrong way. No, I don't like when folks do it wrong. I don't like that. But then any human being.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I try to get every man common respect as a man. And I would like the same.
Sure. So that's why we're sitting here right now.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the man I'm so got no homework, boy, look at it, boy, I tell you, he died, woods, you know, ain't no telling what you know what I'm saying? She got me good. They don't just beat down, especially with this buddy thing. They got me worse than anything. They got me choke something out there.
Can't say that I understand. I've never been in those shoes, and I won't pretend to be. That's just shooting real with you now. But I'm sure that you understand that we're here.
Real talk, man. Hey, real talk. What I'm talking about. Hey, no problem, man. What's up, man? I told him, I ain't gonna get no problem. I just want to get me something to bring some meat back home. Boy, you know, where they gonna take it?
Actually, won't food. We need some food. You want some food?
Please.
So I can
You
do.
don't have any much?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right. Need some food?
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
Yeah,
All right. What do you do?
I don't eat no ketchup much, man. When they be playing, it's something.
Just something.
It's something.
All right, you get it?
Yeah, I get the water.
Okay, boy,
Anything. Anything. I'm here, Jay.
I hate something like this on me. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the human part of it, you know. That's the reality. No one wants it, no one likes it. But at the same time, you ain't gonna get nothing you can't handle. You know, and I think that
Whatever
you've got two ways to look at it from now. You can make the worst of it, you can make the best of it.
I'm way the best of it, man.
You know, and thankfully, I'll tell you this honestly, thankfully there are a lot of people in your shoes. Thankfully. You know, and because you have a unique pair of shoes here, unique situation here, you know, maybe you can do something great with it. Maybe you can. I hope you take that opportunity. It's a tough one to have. And I firmly believe that we've never been given anything that we can't handle. I lost a lot of people in my life. Some of the most dearest people in my life, family. And it's hard, and there are times you don't know what to do. You know, but you live with God, and you understand that it happened for a reason. And here lately, I've realized that losing some of my family has helped me with some others that lost theirs. And then so I didn't lose them in vain. I was able to help people by that. Never thought it would come, never saw it coming that way. You know, but that's kind of the way that it works out. You know, so there's a lot that we can do, a lot that we can gain from this.
You want to play?
Oh, yeah, man.
Come on in, bro.
You want to try?
You can try.
What do you?
I
think the hamburger.
Oh, I heard the swallow.
Smart enough.
I'm dehydrated out there, man. I was gonna die in the wood. Good God.
You all right? You good?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry I'm warm, man.
It's all right. Let's do that hamburger. What
I'll get back with you on that one.
are you gonna take out there, like?
Well, honestly, I don't know. What are you saying? Where they gonna take you? Think Hall County. Not 100%, but I think that's right.
I think I go some damn sewer water. Fucking water.
Oh, yeah.
You see what nasty, whatever the water.
I was trying to get right some.
Hey, I had to.
Awesome.
You know what I mean? I don't know what it was, bro. I don't know what it was. I know that ain't no shit.
It never tasted like that,
I
huh?
don't know what it was. You don't got a dog. I know this shit didn't taste right, whatever it was. There was some day I just got a couple of places that fuck this shit, I just didn't die. I don't know what it was. But it real good. I heard me looking at news and something, gotta be turned name, you know, for crime. I can't know that. It ain't no way. In fact, when you do something, I will do something, no, but I would swallow like my mouth so on this side, for me and dehydrated like something, I don't know. I don't know.
Almost like scratched on your mouth.
What was this one?
I want
Yeah, man, don't worry about it.
You want to put some weight on it, because it's a big old hamburger in it. I don't like the media stuff.
You don't like the what?
The media, I don't like that. And they won't say nothing to too much.
Worry about it. Maybe
We just walk back and won't say that to them. You know what I'm saying? Hell, I don't say it.
Yeah, that's your right. You don't owe them anything. You don't have to say anything. But I found there was a lot of time you just ignore them. I'm not talking about from our standpoint. They will find something. They got a job to do. They got to say something. A lot of times we tell them, we tell them the truth just so they don't make something up or don't get something false. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you know, they've been telling all these lies. The whole thing, they lying. here and you can go ahead. I know you're lying. That's why I can call you. I'm looking at them. Honestly. I know you lying. I know what you saying lying. I'm sitting there looking at you.
Talking about they was saying stuff.
Yeah, I'm sitting there looking. I'm like, God damn. I see y'all. I see more in the woods. I see every move they make. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, when I seen them how they get to them, the woman said, I'm scared of my kids. That hurt my feelings. He was killing. Sorry, to play for me.
I think he cared about kids, though.
Hurt my kids, man.
Can't do that. You know what my house clean up like that?
If I make them in, I'll I don't like making no mess, you know. I ain't getting you a bed, dog. I was sleeping on wood, dog. You don't know what type of bed they're gonna put me on, pretty sure they're gonna be a good day, either.
Never done it.
I tell you, I got up all day, I'm sleeping on, I don't know, dog. I don't know, snakes, swamp, I got lucky, bro. Water monsters really they ain't got anything. I was like, they gonna do what they got bad about you. Like, you not, you just, you know, scared of like, she almost like her.
Who's that one people in the band? Who's that you talking about? Somebody on there.
You know, they crazy dog, bro, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Oh, y'all already wrong, they gonna get what they want? Oh, yeah.
You guys ain't doing anything.
Yeah, they gonna-
Alright.
That's their policy.
What, see, I'm over like that?
Yeah.
Well, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir.
Give me your word.
I got it.
Towards me. There you go. Something little.
At the beginning of that interview, you were reading him from the form, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
What was that form that you were reading to him?
The GBI waiver of rights form, Miranda rights form.
And did he appear to understand those rights that were read to him?
Yes, he did.
And did he acknowledge that on several occasions?
Yes.
Did he appear to speak to you from everything you saw basically with him personally?
Yes.
Speak to you freely and voluntarily at that time?
Yes.
And everything that was on that tape was your contact with him that evening starting on March 25th to the end when you and Lisa Hilton walked out of the room?
Yes, sir.
And any time that you offered any kind of benefit or hope of benefit or promise of anything in order to get him to speak to you all?
No, I did not.
Anybody use any force on him or threaten any kind of force on him at all in order to get him to speak to you whatsoever?
No.
And really that night, was that a normal type of statement or what you might call an interrogation with a particular individual that's determined to be a suspect?
Not very normal, no, sir.
And when he basically started talking, when we back up, did y'all asking him questions at all after reading the rights and going through that, or how did that happen? And how was it different, I guess, than what you might normally see?
Sure. So after I advised him of his rights, he said he understood them, and then he said he needed some time because he was drained. At that point, I didn't ask any questions. I just simply sat there and I listened. And Mr. Hood began talking.
And he just continued to talk?
Yes, that's correct.
And the different times there when you brought up something about, hey, you want some rest and in this or whatever, what happened then?
Sure. Then he just continued to talk. He said he was tired and wanted to get some sleep. Talked to his mom, and I just sat there, and then he began speaking again voluntarily.
And again, everything that happened and was said was on that recording that we just watched.
Yes, that's correct.
Those documents that he wrote, were those collected by you as the agent there in charge of that particular investigation?
Yes.
Let me show you what's been marked as State Exhibit 924, sir. Plastic bag there containing pieces of yellow paper. Can you look at that and see if you identify what that is, sir?
Sure. It's a GBI evidence receipt E-537904. It contains 2 yellow sheets of paper containing the notes that Mr. Hood wrote. Excuse me.
And those are the same notes?
Yes.
There's lights on camera in right and fill out that you read back on camera there?
Yes, they are.
Your Honor, this time I would send the State Exhibit 924 to have.
Any objection? No, sir, Your Honor.
And would you display those, basically pull them out and look at it and see with one signed and one not signed?
Yes, that's correct.
And the one that's signed, what is that, sir?
That is the second one that he wrote. The unsigned one was the first one.
And the second one that he wrote, the signed one, was that the one that you read first on camera there?
Yes, that's correct.
And would you read that to the jury, please, sir?
Sure. Dear Christian family, my name is Jamie Hood. I'm the man who shot Buddy. I would like to apologize for my actions because he did not deserve that. I never knew Buddy or had any problems with him. I just seen him at the wrong time in the wrong situation. I know you and your loved ones don't like me right now, and I do understand, but I want you to know I regret that moment because no innocent person deserved to be hurt. I just met Buddy at the wrong time in the wrong situation. Jamie Hood.
And the other note there that was not signed, that was the one you started to write and then stopped and began the second one?
Yes, that's correct.
And would you read that one to the jury, please?
Sure. Dear Christian family, my name is Jamie Hood. I'm the man who killed your son. I would like to apologize for my actions because I did not have no reason to shoot Buddy. I was in a bad situation and I know the police would shoot me if I didn't stop running, so I shot first. I did not know him, but the police killed my brother.
And would you hold those up, basically, to the jury, just hold both of them up side by side, please? Thank you, sir. Put it back inside. That's all I have of Agent Walker this time.
I know Ms. Watson.
Good afternoon, sir.
We was involved with a mass murder hunt, right?
Yes.
How many days were we involved in that?
Well, the incident occurred on Tuesday and this was Friday night.
Okay. Is it true that I called to turn myself in?
I believe you did, yes, sir.
Okay. At the time, law enforcement didn't know where I was.
I don't believe so, no, sir.
Okay. During that video, did we talk about me watching law enforcement look at me on TV? I'm sitting there watching.
Yes, that's what he said.
Okay. Was you aware that I talked to Agent Hillsman Trent? Me and Trent talked on that phone?
Yes.
Okay. Isn't true when I first talked to Trent that I wanted to turn my mom president, is that correct?
I was not present during the conversation that Mr. Hood had with Agent Hillsman. That was on the telephone. I don't know when it started or what their dialogue was at all. I was not aware of that. I knew that they talked, but I did not know exactly what was said.
Okay. Now, you personally talked to me for the first time at jail, right? Right there?
It was at the police department.
That's the first time you and I talked?
That's correct, yes.
Okay. I had some chains on me when you first come in there, right? I had some chains on me?
Yes, that's correct.
You took those chains off me, right?
I did.
Did I try to fight you or hurt you or disrespect you in the way you took them chains off me?
No, he did not.
Okay. Did I disrespect you any time during this interview?
No, he did not.
Okay. Do you think, I mean, you asked me to sign no paper. I did sign the paper, right?
He did not sign.
Okay, but I did tell you I was the man who shot out Chris, right?
That's correct.
Okay, how many years ago that was?
It was 4 years ago.
4 years, probably 4.5 somewhere there, 4 years, 3-4 months somewhere right now?
That's correct.
Okay. Do you think I was trying to be honest with you doing that interview?
No, he can't answer that question. That's called speculation. What did you view my demeanor as when you talked to me on that video?
At times you were calm and cordial, and times you got very upset and irate.
I mean, during the video that I was irate, but was I irate towards you personally, or what was it?
Not towards me personally, no.
Okay. Did I talk about Officer Chris and Officer Howard?
Yes, he did.
Tell us what do you by looking at this video about me talking about Officer Chris and Officer Howard, explain that to the jury, please.
I'm not sure what you're asking me to do, sir.
Based off the interview you had, I talked about Officer Chris and Officer Howard, right?
That's correct.
Okay, what did I say about both of them?
Said he was sorry for killing Officer Christian, and he was not sorry for shooting Officer Howard.
Okay. Did I have to tell you that?
Did you have to tell me
Yeah,
that?
did I have to tell you that?
You didn't have to tell me anything.
No, I didn't have to do that.
No, you didn't have to.
Okay. Now, did I have to write the officer, did I have to write the Christian family their letter? Did I have to write them that?
No, he did not.
Yeah, right. Do you think I was trying to help the situation during the interview, or you think I was trying to be nasty or anything, you know?
I don't think you're trying to be nasty towards me, no.
Okay. Do you think I was trying to help the situation before this police shooting incident? Do you think I was trying to tell you what happened, why it happened? And this, was I trying to tell you what happened, why it happened?
Yes, I believe you did.
Okay. Now, didn't I tell you about people misusing the police badge? What did I say about that?
I believe you said Officer Howard believed he misused his badge power. I believe that's what you said.
Okay. Is it true that I also told you the police killed my brother and they were hiding evidence, want to show our family everything? That's correct. Did I miss something like that?
That's what he said, yes.
Okay, let's talk about that. What do you recall me saying about that?
I believe that you said that the police killed your brother, and you believe that they were hiding evidence, camera or something.
Okay. Then let's talk about this camera. I was talking about this camera that they won't let our family see a camera when they killed my brother. What else did I say about that camera? They won't show our family the camera when they killed my brother.
I'm not sure specifically.
Now, isn't it true I told you to go investigate my brother's death and you'll see something wrong? Now, didn't I tell you that?
That's what he said, yes.
Okay, did you go investigate to see if you find that camera off that police car when they shot and killed my brother to see what went on in that case? Did you go look for that?
No, the way the GBI works, I believe we talked about this the first time I was there, we have to be requested to investigate any type of criminal complaint. And the people that can request the GBI's assistance is the sheriff, a police chief, district attorney, mayor, the governor, or a superior court judge. And I was not working in the Athens field office at the time of the incident where Mr. Hood's brother got shot. I was working somewhere else, so I don't know anything about that particular case whatsoever.
How many times you talked to Mr. Ken Malden about this case?
I don't know how many specifically. More than several.
Okay. Did you ask Mr. Ken Malden, have they showed my family that audio and video of that police car when they shot and killed my brother? Did you ask him where that tape was?
No, I did not.
Why not?
Because I was not involved in that investigation. I didn't even live here or work up here at that time.
But didn't I ask you, it's the truth that I asked you to go to investigate for me, go look to see what happened? Didn't I ask you that?
He asked, yes.
Okay, so did you care, or you didn't want to see what it was, or why didn't you do it?
I don't want anybody to die. Okay, but it's not, in my opinion, that case was investigated at the time. And unless one of those people that are able to request the GBI investigate a case do so, we can't take request upon, we can't take citizens' request. It has to come from one of those people. It's not that I didn't care, it's not that I wasn't concerned, it's just not the way the law is in the state of Georgia.
Okay, did you try to go talk to my mom and dad and do an investigation to ask them, hey, what happened right here? Jamie said something about his brother being killed that played a role in this. You didn't go try to find my mom or my dad to try to find out what happened?
No, I did not.
Did you care?
No, that's argumentative and I was rejected.
It's just like,
Now, is it true during that video I told you I heard my brother's voice? Said, don't let him leave like that down there. During that police shooting incident. Didn't I tell you that?
Yes, he did.
Okay. Did you want to know why this man, he and his brother voiced during the police shooting incident? Do you think an investigation that led us to the actual truth why this man is down this mess?
No, that's argumentative under that, the way that's stated.
I thought,
that's the same.
isn't it true that you're supposed to investigate for the truth? Ain't that your job, to seek the truth?
Yes, absolutely it is.
Did you tell anybody, hey, this man told me he heard his brother's voice during the time of the police shooting incident, and he talking about they won't show his family no audio or video? You don't think that kind of corroborates, hey, we need to look at this?
I believe that was a completely separate investigation that I had no part in, and it occurred years before I ever got up here.
Now, you understand, but his voice, hey, it was this police incident that he told us he heard his brother's voice, and that possibly something could be wrong here. It's something we can learn from this so it won't happen again. You ever think about that?
I'm not really sure how to answer your question, sir. If you can rephrase it, I'll try to understand it better. I'm sorry.
I told you I heard my brother's voice during the police shooting incident, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did you try to investigate that? So let me finish, please. So we can learn from it so it won't happen again. Did you try to look and investigate, hey, what can we learn from this? So won't nobody else shoot no police? Did you look for something like that?
That's a compound question, plus I think you already asked, that question's been answered.
That's an answer.
You know, Jay, I thought he said rephrase. He didn't understand it, don't you?
He did, it was the objection was sustained, it was asked and answered.
With all respect, Jay, I thought he told me to ask the question again because he couldn't answer it. That's what I thought I was asking.
He did ask you to rephrase the question. You're correct about that. But I was ruling on an objection that was not.
Okay. Would you agree that ending all the investigation, if you investigate, you go see what you can learn from it, so it will happen again?
I was investigating the case where these two officers got shot. That was my part of this investigation. I collected the evidence, did the interview for this investigation. Once again, I was not a part of the other one. I don't know anything about it. I assume that it's a closed case, but I can't testify to that. And unless we are requested to go back and look into an investigation, I'm going to concentrate on the ones I'm working. I don't have the authority to go back and open up an investigation.
Did you try to get somebody to talk to Jamie Payton? Could we talk to this guy about having some type of counsel? This man talking about he just shot the police and hit his brother Ford by it happened. Did you ever think about, hey, let's get somebody to talk to him and see what's wrong with it?
I would object. How does that we ought to invest outside the perimeter security?
Master.
I'm certain I know exactly what to say, other than I would especially object to that. And the question he's asking is, would you think that they could have somebody talk to Jamie Good about this and that and everything else? And in several different respects, it's I guess an improper question, although maybe it will be opening the door to a whole lot of other matters. One is, this officer, Prince Hilton, went over to Hall County Jail the next day and attempted to conduct an interview with the defendant, which was seized and everything else. And there's obviously been a good bit go on from that day forward. Not only did he have counsel, but he had other matters that, in fact, a number of the filings that were made, or at least one of them said he's not waiving any of his rights, and pretty much he's insisting on every right he has and everything else, and that's still on record. So you've got those issues there too about his right not to basically to claim fifth, to assert his Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination. And so the idea, did you do this, did you do that? The officer, he did do some stuff the next day, and basically he said, I'm not going to talk to you, I'm not going to do all that stuff. And maybe well, we weren't going to get into that, we may very well get into some of that at this point. But in addition, there was those matters investigated, there was competency evaluations that were done in this case, there was a trial in this matter and everything else. So that question causes all kind of, ramifications, I think, if it's allowed to be asked, and if in fact we start going forward, did you do this, did you do that, did you go in to look at Jamie and find out if I had this, i.e., well, am I hearing these voices, am I hearing this, and find out how to stop it all. So I would respectfully object to it on those type of grounds, and let we fully understand the ramifications of what may go on happen if in fact that, I guess, use no phrase, just open up that can of worms, So.
Did I haven't said anything about no competency? Accomplices do not have nothing to do with me here, my brother boy. I said this the first day. I didn't wait 4.5 years to come here and make this up. I've been telling the same thing for 4.5 years. I keep telling them the same exact thing. My story can't change. That's why I wanted to show the whole video instead of showing 11 minutes. I have nothing to hide. I've been telling them since day one. It's just a few people don't want to acknowledge it. I keep saying the same thing over and over and over. You saw it yourself. Mr. Hood not incompetent. You had me tried for that. This man is not mentally incompetent. A mentally incompetent man couldn't come here and do what I do. It's different. I'm not talking about wavering. Oh, was he competent enough to waive that waiver? I couldn't even possibly come here and tell you I'm mentally incompetent. I couldn't. I do too much. It's two different things. And
What is the purpose of your question?
Okay, the
regarding
purpose.
voices?
Okay, listen, because I'm trying to tell people what happened. This is what happened. This is what I heard. This is what made me do this. And I've been saying it for years. And let's not forget, I told them psychiatry when they evaluated me, the same thing. He got a report. I didn't call the news and told him about that. I didn't told his agent. I was telling him alleged hostages. What's so hard about the truth? I keep saying the same exact thing. And it's relevant because we just sit here and heard it. I'm only talking about things on this video. I'm not talking about whole county. We just sit here and look at it. He made the objection, and I'm telling you why it's relevant because we sit here talking about it.
So how is it relevant you asking him questions about what did he do to vet? Oh, let me finish my question. How is it relevant for you to ask questions of this agent as to what he did about investigating your claims that you heard your brother's voice? How is that relevant?
It's a thorough investigation. That he investigated for the truth.
Well, Mr. Hood, I have to ask this question. You're not suggesting your brother was there.
No.
All right.
I never did do that, did I? You ain't never heard me say that.
Well, then, I don't know how he could investigate any further.
Okay, you know how he could do. But James Hood made the allegation. Well, let's go see. What really made the man do this? See, what I'm trying to talk about is this.
All right, I'm going to stop you because I understand what you're saying. He has answered the question about further investigation of your brother's death.
And I got out there.
No, you did not. By your own admission, you were circling back to it.
Oh, no.
I'm not going to argue, but
okay.
you were.
Okay, but that's what you assumed, Judge. I didn't get a chance to get finished. You know where I was going. I wasn't talking about investigating on camera 10. Man, this man talking about he heard somebody's voice. You know, throughout the victim impact the statement, we got counseling, we got people talking to folks and helping folks. Why won't y'all do this man like this? That's what I'm getting at. And it ain't getting on camera.
Well, this case is about these charges. It's not about fixing other things.
I'm not trying to fix it. I'm just trying to show them, hey, what really happened here. See, it go together. See, that's what I done learned, that people try to, hey, let's don't talk about this. Let's don't talk about this. When it played a role, it played a role in here. This what done it.
Okay. I'm going to rule now.
Okay.
I'm going to rule that the objection is sustained. You're not to ask this witness any further questions. Let me finish. Any further questions about your statement about hearing your brother's voice and what that has to do with any of this? Okay.
Yes, sir.
We clear on that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Palmer?
Nothing, sir.
See if we can come back now. ask another question?
Mr. Brooks,
Yes, sir.
when you were investigating and you interviewed me, did I any time tell you I killed Lamar Ray?
No.
So, you didn't talk to me twice, right? At the Clark County Jail and Hall County Jail, that's correct?
Yes, I talked to you during the interview that you just saw, and then the following day at Hall County Jail.
So both times you talked to me, I never did tell you, hey, look, I done killed Lamar Ray.
That's correct.
Now, I want to take your attention back to March 22nd, 2011, sir. The first time you testified, we were talking about that audio and that video. You recall that?
From Officer Howard's car?
Yes,
Is that
sir.
what you're referring to? Yes.
Okay. Now, do you recall telling the jury, you didn't download that tape, you didn't get it, but you saw that somebody in Athens Clark County had got that tape off their car and reviewed it or something? Do you recall that?
That's correct, yes.
Oh, how did you find it out?
How did I find out that they did that?
Yes, sir.
I was told. I just don't know who told me or when or where I was at when I was told that. It was an investigative act that I was told took place, and I was not present for it.
So, you don't know what date, what time, what officer told you they had investigated that tape off their car?
That's correct.
Wouldn't you agree that that tape would be great evidence in this case?
If there was something on that tape that showed exactly what transpired, yes.
So, when they told you that somebody got that tape and investigated, did you actually look at it?
No, and please understand, I was not the only person investigating this. There are a lot of agents and other people involved in the investigation. This was something that was conducted. I was not present when it was conducted.
But you didn't want to took no picture though, right?
Yes, I photographed the crime scene on Sycamore Drive involving the two officers.
Could you tell me what date you found it out? What date that you actually found it out?
Found what out, sir?
About that somebody that investigated Tony Howard audio and video camera. What date did you find out?
I do not know the answer to that question.
Okay. Now, I told you about Tony Howard putting their hands on me at that county jail. Did you investigate Tony Howard to see why? To see if that was true or see if Tony Howard had any reprimands on his record?
Specifically, I did not.
Why not?
Like I just said, there were other agents, there were other investigators that were also conducting or helping out with this investigation. It just happened I was not the agent or investigator that took those steps.
But I told you though, didn't I? I told you about Tony Howard. I told you personally, Tony Howard was putting his hands on me and did you back then? I tell you that?
Yes, he did.
Okay. Did you go tell your boss man again about, hey, Jamie Hood said he had a problem with Tony Howard that could have played a role in this police incident that never did done on you?
I believe other people viewed the recording of the interview as well.
No. But you had first-hand knowledge with me, personal contact with me that night. Right.
That's right.
Okay. If you wanted to, you could have investigated that or told somebody to look into these matters. Couldn't you?
Sure, and honestly, I don't know if that was or was not done. It was not done by me.
Would you agree that it would have been real important to find out that difference me and Tony Howard to determine what started the police shooting up? Again, what can we learn from this so it won't happen again?
I don't believe it's going to happen again, but I don't, as far as his personnel records, I believe somebody else looked into his personnel records. It just was not me.
Now, you saying this don't happen, you can't happen again, but isn't it sure to make sure we learn from mistakes in life? Is that how we learn it from mistakes? Is that how we learn? From mistakes?
This is fair.
Do You just said you don't believe this happened again. If he doing the same thing, don't nobody correct it, is it possible it could happen again?
Is
So
it?
that's a pure speculation.
But as an agent, you were trained to investigate for the truth. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So based on what you telling us today, you did thoroughly investigate the case for the truth after you talked to me. That would sound like. Is that fair to say that?
Absolutely not.
Well, what you call your investigation then?
That's argumentative, Judge.
Do you think you did a thorough investigation on the case after you learned after you talked to me?
Like I said, there were other people responsible for this investigation that contributed to the investigation itself. Anything that I did, yes, 100%, I'll stand behind it.
Who was your boss man? Was Trent Hill your supervisor?
No, sir.
Was he the case agent? Trent, the case agent, right?
Yes, sir.
Did Trent talk to you about the conversation me and him had after I turned myself in?
Which conversation, sir?
The interview we just showed today, did you and the case agent talk about what happened, what did you and Jamie talk about, and what did we get off of, or what?
He was there. That was Trent in the interview room.
Okay, that was Trent Hill. I'm sorry, so that's Hill's man.
Trent Hillsman, Special Agent Trent Hillsman, that was him.
What type of, do you know what type of investigation he did on this interview that you and I had? You and I and he had?
I don't know that I can answer for him. I think we did a very good investigation.
Convicting Jamie, or did you do a good investigation to convict Jamie, or did you do a good investigation for the truth? Which one?
That's argumentative. It's just right.
Jadon Brooks, you say you know some stuff about Jadon Brooks. Did you investigate Jadon Brooks?
I did not.
Why not?
Once again, there were other people that were involved in the investigation. I did the crime scenes there in Sycamore. And then I interviewed Jamie Hood on 2 occasions, one of which you just saw. That was my only participation in this investigation that brings us here today.
Isn't it true that you took some fingerprints out there pertaining to that Cadillac, to the Clark County Jail, and had them project them fingerprints, see what they want?
I said, I believe that I took some fingerprints. I did not process the Cadillac when evidence was located at the Regional 11, at the GBI office in Athens. We call it Regional 11. I may have taken evidence from there to the crime lab, as well as to the Athens Clark County Police Department for fingerprint comparison. But as far as me processing the Cadillac or anything with Jadon Brooks, I was not the agent that did that.
But you were the agent that took them fingerprints to Athens Clark County. Was it Detective Sergeant Radford or anybody? Your name was on that chain of custody list? What?
Okay, I haven't seen the chain of custody list. If I took it to him, then yes, I took it to him if my name is on the chain of custody. I believe I may have, but I don't recall specifically what fingerprints I took over to Athens Clark County.
Okay. Will you agree that Chevy Caprice was involved in the case?
I believe so, but I didn't, like I said, I didn't process it. I processed the officers' cars, the red Suburban. They're the only vehicles that I had anything to do with.
Do you know of any officer who, or GBI agent, who got any fingerprints on that Chevy Caprice and maybe took it to the Athens Clark County police officer and had them try to find out the names of the fingerprints on that Chevy Caprice?
Now that's outside of his scope of knowledge. He's indicated what he's done in the case, and he said that he indicated other folks did other things. The only way he would know what other folks did is through hearsay.
Objection sustained. Well, I tell you what, you have no further questions, but I would like them to recall. Regret.
He would retrieve a photo from the first batch of photos from the scene. Okay, sorry.
Because that's gonna be in the next one.
Agent Ross's photo, but maybe that was that. Right, Elmer, that should be. Agent Rossler, on cross-examination, when you testified previously, the defendant showed you what's been entered into evidence in State's Exhibit 246. Do you recall that?
Yes, sir.
And he zoomed in to that portion of the photo. It has the corner of that building right there. Do you recall that?
Yes, sir.
And right here, in this particular pole there, it had an object on it. He asked you about that as to whether that was a video camera or whatever. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you indicated you didn't see any video camera. You didn't believe that was a video camera at all.
That's correct.
And during lunch, did I ask you to go over there and look at that particular pole there, just to verify exactly what that was?
Yes, you did.
Did you do that?
But I object because that's not into, it wasn't a discovery, that's a discovery violation. How could he ask him to do an investigation, he hadn't even showed me or told me about it? With simple discovery violations, we can't bring things up that not in discovery.
Not a discovery.
That's not a discovery, he shall overrule the objection.
And did you do that just over lunch before you came back, just to make sure?
Yes, I did.
And did you look at that particular item, sir?
Yes, sir, I did.
And what is that?
It's a spotlight. It's actually projecting down into the parking lot along the, so what you're seeing there is the, the
There's a
windows.
laser pointer there. You-
Yes, sir. These windows are from the apartment complex, and kind of what's off to the left is the parking lot for the apartment complex. This light would be shining down into the parking lot of that apartment complex.
Is that all, Mr. Hall?
Yes, Judge, on that. That's all I have to do with this time, Judge.
No questions?
Yes, sir. Why didn't you bring no picture back for the jury to see you went over there and investigated that old camera or light pole? Why didn't you bring us a picture back to show everybody?
I have a picture.
Okay, can we see it?
It's on my phone. I took a picture when I went.
Okay, take a picture. Why didn't you take that same picture 4.5 years ago?
It is a picture of it. It was an overall picture that had it. That's what you were just looking at.
Okay. Didn't you state during your testimony that you didn't even go over there and look? Isn't that true, sir?
No, sir, that's not what I said. I said I conducted the investigation. I looked around. I did not see a camera, and that's exactly what I'm still telling you today. I did not see a camera.
I thought, correct me if I'm wrong, you said you didn't look at them particular apartment. You said you might have looked around, but you said you can't say if you looked at those particular apartments. You talked to the owner about that?
No, I did not talk to any owner of the apartment complex. Like I said, while processing the crime scene, I'm looking around and observing things as I'm processing the crime scene. And I testified that I never saw any type of surveillance camera, and I did not.
Did you go talk to the owner about you take a snapshot of his house or whatever? Did you go, his apartment, did you go talk to the owner today and tell him what you were doing?
No, I did not.
Why not?
Didn't feel that I needed to.
Okay, so when that owner could have told you, you could have talked to that owner, he would have gave you a clear picture of when that item you took a picture of that they got up there?
I just took a picture riding by of the same light that was showed in the picture that everybody just saw.
How do you know it was a light back then opposed to a light today? Is it possible it could have been a camera then that somebody might have changed it to a light that if it was a light in the first place?
I don't know the answer to that. It looked the exact same today as it did back then in that picture.
But I thought you didn't look at it back then. I had to show you that picture. I had to show you that. You didn't show up that. I'm the one who brought that to your attention. You didn't bring it to the jury. I'm the one who showed you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't show you that. I was asked if I saw a camera, a surveillance camera. And from that picture, I said I looked around and I never saw one. And that is the truth. I never saw a surveillance camera. What he zoomed in on that picture, he asked if it was possible, and I said, I don't know, but I did not see a camera. And it was not a camera.
You showed up and said it was a light either, did you?
I said I wasn't sure at the time.
Well, if you wasn't sure what it was at the time, and it been 4.5 years later, how can you come up and tell how can you tell the jury what this specifically is today, 4.5 years later?
I can tell you what I just saw today, and it was a light, and it looked the exact same way from that picture that was showed to you.
Did you ask Mr. Maul why he wants you to go out there and look at it all of a sudden?
I did not ask Mr. Malden that question, no, sir.
Okay. You don't think that kind of odd? He's trying to get you to do something 4.5 years later?
No, sir.
So, if you can go find this light 4.5 years later, why couldn't you go find that camera when I asked you?
I'm not certain. I think that question probably needs to be clarified. I'm not certain what camera he's talking about.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Any other questions? Do you have any more secret investigation that maybe I can find out about?
And Mr. Hood knows that. That's all he knows.
No further questions, something to recall. You may go down.
Thank you.
Call your next witness.
They call Ruby Jordan.
Is it still helping to have a light on? Yeah.
Just remove this thing. Yeah.
We'll swear to you, Mr. Jordan.
So Jordan, you solemnly swear the testimony about to give the court in this matter, State versus Jamie Donnell, will be the truth, the whole truth, and none of the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Have a seat, please. Would you state your name for the jury, please?
Okay. Ruby Jordan, Jordan.
Please just pull that microphone down and towards you.
Okay.
And I can turn the volume down just a
Oh,
bit,
okay.
don't worry about that.
All right.
The bailiff could assist if you do that for bailiff.
Okay. Okay. Fine, thank you.
And just state your name again, make sure it's working.
Ruby Jordan.
Is that good? Yes. And ma'am, do you live here in Athens?
Yes, sir.
And what part of town do you live in now?
I live in West Side town, Forest Heights subdivision right now.
And how long have you been living in Forest Heights?
About almost 4 years, over 4 years.
And is that off Old Grove Avenue, ma'am, that subdivision?
Yes.
Now, did you grow up here in Athens?
Yes.
And what high school did you go to, ma'am?
Clark Central High School,
And when did you graduate from Clark Central?
1979.
And Are you working now, ma'am?
Yes,
Where do you work?
with Athens, Clark County Transit,
And what do you do for Athens Clark County Transit, ma'am?
information attendant,
And how long have you been with Athens Clark County altogether?
about 9 years.
And before you went to work with Athens Clark County, where did you work?
At West Cologne Manufacturer for 17 years.
And why did you leave there?
They shut down. Mhm.
And ma'am, are you married now?
I'm separated from my husband.
When did you get married to your husband, ma'am?
That was 2001 to Charles Jordan.
And ma'am, do you have any children at this time?
No,
Did you have a child?
one,
What was his name?
Kenneth Omari Ray,
And when was he born, ma'am?
12/11/80.
1980?
80,
And ma'am, if I can, let me go back to December of 2010.
Okay.
At that time, where were you living?
At 360 Nottingham Drive.
And was that a subdivision?
Yes,
And what street, what main street was it off of?
Overthorpe Avenue.
And on particularly December 28, 2010, how long had you been living there?
About 4 months.
And prior to that, where did you live?
147 Ramble Hill Drive.
How long did you live at Ramble Hill Drive?
Probably over 8 years.
And who did you live with there on Ramble Hill Drive?
Me and Omari and my husband, Charles Jordan.
And there at Nottingham, at 360 Nottingham, was Omari, your son, living there with you?
Yes, just Omari and I.
What kind of residence was that, ma'am?
It was a 3-bedroom house, 1 bath,
If I
one
may-
and a half bath.
1.5 baths. You see that first set of exhibits. Ma'am, I'm going to show you a diagram that has already been admitted as Stacy Exhibit 32.
Okay.
You'll be able to see it on the screen next to you as well as up on this screen here.
All right.
Ma'am, there is a pointer in front of you that you can point with the silver button, and that's where the laser comes out of if you need to use that, okay?
Okay.
But Stacy Exhibit 32, ma'am, do you recognize that part of town, this being Hawthorne and this being Oglethorpe Avenue?
Yes,
And do you see that subdivision that's referred to as a street that came off of Oglethorpe called Nottingham Drive?
yes,
And could you just point to that for the jury, ma'am? The Nottingham Drive, ma'am, goes from Oglethorpe all the way from one side down to the other side of Oglethorpe as a kind of a U-shape, horseshoe shape, is that correct?
yes.
And as I zoom into 360, ma'am, where it says 360, was that where that house was that you lived with Omari in December of 2010?
Yes,
Ma'am, let me show you what I've marked as State's Exhibits 925 through 931.
Okay.
Please. Would you just take a look at those photographs, ma'am, and see if you recognize what they're photographs of, please?
Okay. The house I stayed in, and the vehicle, me and Omar's vehicle.
And those photographs appear to be taken on the day or day after his death, next morning.
Is it on here? Is the date on here? Yes. It seems to be the day after.
Regardless of that, does it fairly inaccurately reflect the way that house looked back on December 28th and 29th, 2010?
Yes, sir.
You know, I would tender those photographs into evidence at this time, if I may.
Any objection? No, sir, Your Honor.
Let me just simply display those to the jury so they have an idea what that residence looked like.
Mm-hmm.
State's Exhibit 925 is the drive of your house, is that correct, ma'am?
Yes.
And on this front section, was there any kind of door right there on those front two windows that we're looking at in 925?
No.
And you referred to Omar's car. Where is that in the photo? Can you point to that with your laser pointer, please, ma'am? And whose car is that under the carport area?
That's my car right there.
State's Exhibit 926. Is that a photograph that basically shows the back of Omar's car and a portion of your car and the side, the right side of your house as you faced it from the driveway there?
Yes.
State's Exhibit 927. Does that photo show the carport area as well as a part of the driveway with Omar's car and your car?
Yes.
The 928, ma'am. A little bit different angle, a little bit closer view of that same area.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Uh-huh.
And then 931, ma'am. Does that show that carport area where your car was parked?
Yes.
And what I'm pointing to right here that leads up from the carport off these steps here, is that a door,
Yes.
ma'am?
Yes.
In that particular residence at that time, that door led into where?
And right into the living room area.
Thank you. Let me go back, ma'am. Your son, Omar Ray, killed on the night of December 28, 2010, is that correct?
Yes.
At the time of his death, where was he working?
With Athens, Clark County Street and Drainage.
how long have you been working with Athens Park County?
Almost 6 years.
And, ma'am, at that, what high school did he go to?
Clark Central High School.
And following Clark Central High School, did he graduate at all from Clark Central?
Yes,
When did he graduate? Do you remember at all?
in 99.
And following that, did he work anywhere before he went to work with Athens Park County?
He worked with Seaboard, Hatchery Division, and then he went to Clark. From there, he went on to Clark County government.
Now, let me go back to the day of December 28, 2010, if I can.
Okay.
You can turn so you're not facing that. You can kind of turn this way, if you will,
Turn.
towards the jury.
Okay.
And on that particular day, ma'am, that being right after Christmas on December 20th, did you work that day?
Yes, I did. I worked from 9 to 4:30 that day.
And ma'am, do you know whether Omar Ray worked that day, your son?
Yes, he did.
And after you worked, did you come home at all?
Yes. When I went to the grocery store, then I came straight home.
And was Omari home when you got home, or did he get home after you did?
He was there when I got there.
And tell us, if you will, what happened after you got home. Do you know about what time you got home?
Probably was close to 5 o'clock, or after 5.
And tell us basically what you did and seeing him, what was going on at that time before he was killed.
Well, I had spoken to my niece,
Who was your niece, ma'am?
Brittany Smith. It was her birthday, and told her I had cooked spaghetti that day, and she was gonna come over. And so then I just came home and prepared and started cooking.
Did you cook spaghetti for her?
Yes.
Did she wind up coming over at all?
She came over probably about 7, about 7.
And was Omari there when she got there?
Yes.
And after she got there, what happened? Just tell us what happened.
With her and Amari, they decided they were gonna take her out. It was her 21st birthday to Applebee's. And they would meet back up later on. And so she got her spaghetti, she didn't stay, she just got it and took it with her. She left.
And at the time she left, was Omari there?
Yeah, he was still there.
And at that time, after she left, did he stay there, or did he wind up leaving at some point?
He probably left close to, I'd say 7:45, 8 o'clock.
Well, at that time of year, being December, was it dark outside?
Yes.
Time he left?
Oh, yeah, it was dark.
And after he left, were you the only one home, or was anybody else there?
I was home alone.
And tell us what you did and what happened.
Well, basically, I just went back in my bedroom and was going to look at television, but I think I dozed off. And something woke me up. I knocked on the door, I slammed on the door. And I thought I was hearing things. After a while, about 10 or 15 seconds later, it did it again, bang. And it sounded like it was Omari said, "Ball."
Sound like Omari saying what, ma'am?
He was saying, "Ball." And then I got up. And I looked like, well, I saw him call out there. And I got up and I went to the door. And I opened up the door. Well, I hollered to the door. I said, "Omari." It did sound like I heard some noise. Then when I said, "Omari," and then when I opened up the door, cracked the door, and looked out. And I saw someone in the driveway. They ran back across the yard. And I thought it was Omari chasing somebody. You know, maybe he got into a confrontation with somebody. And and I thought it was him. And so
Just one moment.
I came back into the house.
Just one moment. You said you cracked the door and looked out.
Yes,
Which door was that, Ms. Joyce?
it was the door to the carport. And when I, like I said, when I cracked the door, I said, Omari. And, it didn't say anything. And when I forgot, I saw somebody out and they were cut back across the yard. And, I thought it was him until when this guy, the other friend that came by, and he said, Omari's supposed to meet me here. This, I think the name was Mike. And I said, well, I thought I saw Omari go across the yard. And so we was standing out there. And so by that time, Mr. Burnett, he just came. He said, well, them gunshots. And I said, yeah, I thought Omari was chasing somebody. And so he said, they were standing out there in the yard. Then they said, no. Somebody laying over here. And he was laying on the other side of my truck. I didn't know he was over there. And after that, I don't know what happened because it like the police out there had came and somebody would call the ambulance and everything. But he was laying over there and I didn't know it.
Did you go back inside too quick?
I went back inside. I called my sister and I told her somebody shot him hard. And that was it.
Mr. Barnett, you indicated Mr. Barnett.
Mm-hmm.
Was he a neighbor or who was he?
Yeah, he stayed next door to me.
Now, we just asked you, did you know him before that, as it turned out?
Mr. Barnett?
Yes.
Yes, I knew him from school. I knew him.
At that time,
But-
when you saw him that night, did you know he was actually living next door?
I knew he stayed in that area. I knew he stayed over there. But as far as having any contact together, that was our first time talking.
And as you looked out your door after hearing those sounds that you described and hearing Omari cry out for you,
Mm-hmm.
did you see his car at all?
Yeah, that's why I said, well, when the door, I saw his car. And that's why I thought it was him out there.
And as you were looking out the door from the kitchen there, were you facing toward the front of the yard, toward his car? Is that what the
Yeah,
way you were
when I
looking?
come out the door like this here, and when I looked out his car right there in the driveway.
And the figure you saw running that you thought was Omari chasing someone, could you tell from your vantage point right there, which way was that person running? Could you tell at all, or do you
It seemed
remember?
like he ran back to, I'm looking this way, he ran back to the left.
Could you tell what that person was wearing at all or anything?
No, because basically, it seemed like someone the same height, for Omari, so that's why I thought it was Omari. And his car was there. I don't think nobody else was up in the yard.
And the sounds you heard, the first sounds you heard, do you really know, or can you describe what that sounded like, or, you know?
Only thing what I heard at first was the hit on the door. And then after that, it sounded like I heard something like, firecracker, boom, boom, And then when I said, Omari, I thought he said, Mar, and I said, Omari.
And first sound you heard against the door,
Mm-hmm.
what did that sound like, ma'am?
Just like somebody hand hitting the door. Like somebody trying to get in or tell you something going on out there.
And is that when you got up and went to the door before you opened it? Or did you hear the second
The
sound
second,
before you went?
yeah, the second one, when he hit that time, he said, Mom.
Ma being,
Mom, M-A, Mom. So he knew I was in there.
and did you recognize his voice?
Yes,
And is that when you got up and went to that door?
yes.
And at what point did you hear the sounds that sounded like firecrackers? Was that before the
Right-
law or
right
after
after
the law or
the law.
both?
Right after he said, Mom. It sounded like I heard something.
And what did those sounds, you said firecrackers, do you know about how many sounds?
Something rattling off fast.
Could you tell how many different sounds you heard that rattled off fast, or?
I mean, it just continued, just, I couldn't tell you exactly how many it was, but it was like saying more than 3 or more.
Ma'am, for the record, let me show you State's Exhibit 931. And for the record, would you show the jury the door that you looked out, ma'am? With your label.
Right there.
Excuse me, Mr. Long, what exhibit was those with those pictures?
931.
He said 930, I mean all of them.
Just one moment.
925 and 931.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Ms. Jordan, the person that you saw the figure running to your left,
Mm-hmm.
you said a person by the name of Mike came, is that right?
Right.
Was that pretty soon, right after you saw that?
Yeah, I'll say about 2 or 3 minutes, yes.
And did you know him at all, or had you seen him?
I had seen him before. Mm-hmm.
And did you step outside on the carport and actually see Omari on the other side of your truck now?
No, I didn't did go up there.
I'm sorry.
No.
Ma'am, I meant to ask you if I can.
Mm-hmm.
State's Exhibit 927, ma'am.
Okay.
You see that white matter on the roof there, ma'am?
Yes.
What was that?
Snow.
That's all I had with Ms. Jordan.
Across from them.
Afternoon, Ms. Jordan.
Afternoon.
Ma'am, you stated that your niece, Brittany Smith, was over there, ma'am?
I said she came by.
Okay. Do you recall, a police officer, talking to Miss Brittany Smith, ma'am?
No.
Okay. Did Miss Brittany Smith ever tell you that she seen a suspicious red car when she left your house, ma'am? a suspicious red car. Ms. Brittany Smith ever tell you that she seen a suspicious red car when she left your house, ma'am? A suspicious red car?
No.
Okay. Your Honor, can I get the defendant specific 1 through 10, please, sir? Defendants. 1 through 10. Jordan, I'd like you to look at the defendants. Okay. Ma'am, I'd like you to look at the defendant in Exhibit 1. Ma'am, the night your son was shot, ma'am, did you see that car right there out there?
No.
Did anybody else say they seen the Cadillac look like this car?
She can't answer what somebody else saw, Judge. Did anybody come tell you, hey, I saw a Cadillac out there around in your neighborhood? Now, that would be the same objection, just the question answered the same way, it's called a hearsay. It's not proper.
Okay. Well, did you ask anybody, ma'am, did y'all see a car, or did y'all see somebody, ma'am?
No.
Okay. But for the record, you didn't see the particular car outside your house, or no one was in your house,
The
ma'am?
only car I saw was a Mark car.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So you don't recall your niece Brittany Smith saying, hey, I saw a red car, a suspicious red car, when I was leaving the house?
Again, no.
Okay, now ma'am, you stated that you cracked the door and you seen a figure running, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, did that figure look like me, ma'am?
I couldn't tell.
Okay, but as you look
I didn't know you. I didn't know what you look like.
Okay, I mean, looking at me now, and thinking back then, was it me? Looking at me now.
I couldn't tell. Because if I did, I would have told.
Okay, thank you. You stated that your neighbor came by. What is his name, ma'am? Mr. Barnett, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Barnett, see a Cadillac? Tell you seen a Cadillac, anything out there?
No.
No, that'd be great.
Oh, is it? Okay. Did you see any clothing of the person that you saw run across the yard, ma'am?
No, I don't remember.
What?
That's it. Thank you, ma'am.
Where's your at?
Your Honor, may she be excused?
Okay.
No objection.
Your excuse, ma'am.
Thank you.
Y'all need a break? You okay? Anybody need a break? I saw no hands. Yeah, okay. This is gonna be now, we'll give you 10-minute recess. Thank you.